my boy Kurt hooked me up with you.
Yes, thank you, Kurt. Thank you, baby. He saw my stuff, and him and I were talking on the phone for him like we knew each other. You know, we went way back. So
he's working with us to give us some, bring us folks that don't get a whole lot of shine. You know,
right.
I believe in that. I believe in shining light on everybody, because everybody brings a different thing to the table. Everybody don't have a microphone in their hand. Everybody ain't a celebrity. Everybody got a follow. That don't mean you ain't done nothing significant though.
That's right. That's right.
So that's why you here today, because you've done a lot of significant work in hip hop. You need some shine, baby. That's what we're here for. Shine on.
And I appreciate that. You know, my goal right now is to have a solo exhibit here in LA. I'm trying to work that out. You know, if I was in New York, it'd probably be a different story, because, you know, you can go knock on some doors. You know, you can just walk there. Here it is, like, I'm trying to fit it in. But even though I've been shooting the red carpets and doing all that for the last 16 years, it's different now, you know, because now it's like, who do I go to? Who do I talk to? You know, so when Kurt came to me, and I was like, Lonzo's show? I was like, that's cool, because my whole thing is I'm enjoying meeting the West Coast rappers. You know what I mean? Not all of you guys came to the East Coast, you know, so it's kind of cool to be able to say, yo, I got him. When I shot Nipsey, I was just like, oh my God. I liked it because it reminded me of a baby Snoop, you know. He had the good hair, you know. So, you know, I didn't mind shooting him. You know, I was like, oh, okay, these are West Coast artists. I always look at it as I'm building my archives, you know what I mean? So now I can say I have some West Coast artists. So, yeah.
You know, and that's a good thing, baby, because we here on the West Coast, we always felt a little slighted when it came to recognition, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's a little bit, you know, if you're not Dre, Cube, or Snoop, nobody don't pay you no real attention. Now, Battle Cat get a little more love, and Quick is too. But for the most part, if you're not running from that upper echelon, nobody gets a whole lot of love, especially from the East Coast. And we got our own history. We got our own story to tell. And unfortunately, I don't know of a lot of people on the West Coast that really care about the West Coast story with the money to actually tell the story. That's always been something, you know, because got so many moguls and so many corporations back east that got the money, and they grew up in it. West Coast didn't like that. We grew up in the so a lot of our forefathers who would know, for the corporate forefathers, I should say, don't know enough about what happened to make this thing happen to really want to get involved in telling the story. And I think that's going to do us injustice in the long run.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's going to take someone that's younger that's going to bring it out. Watch. Because sometimes the old school, sometimes like you were just speaking about before, sometimes people are stuck in their comfort zone, you know. And this is where you have to branch out. I mean, my comfort zone would have been to still be shooting on film. But, you know, I had to learn. I bought a digital camera in '08. You know, people were like, oh, sell your film cameras. I was like, oh, no. But then I had to learn, because when I got here, I started working with agencies, and they ain't got time to be waiting on no negatives to be developed.
Email it to me now.
Right, exactly. So, but I always tell people, when you get a camera, go buy one from the pawn shop, a film camera, because what it'll teach you is how to do your settings. Because people can buy digital cameras, but they keep it on automatic. And so they're not learning the true essence of the camera. One thing I love about digital is that I don't have to go out and buy 200 film exposure, 400, 800, you know, that part, you know. So, people are stuck in their comfort zone. It's going to take someone that's younger that's going to see the gift that the West Coast had in hip hop to really probably bring it together. That's probably what's going to happen.
All right, I'll roll with that. Hurry up, call me, man. Hurry up, shit.
Yeah. I know, right? Hurry up.
God damn it.
Okay. Well, you better let it go. I'm gonna start documenting my shit now so I don't forget nothing, because I got weedheimers.
I ain't mad at you. Where you shooting at that?
Hey, Coy, let me ask you a question. Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you a question, Coy. Unfortunately, in many industries, including the photography industry, it's a lot harder for women to make it. You know, there's a lot of obstacles, a lot more than men at times. But can you talk to us about that, and can you parlay that into the Bobby Brown story?
Well, I think not just in as a photographer, but I think as women in general, it's changing now. But we're always tiptoeing. We've always had to tiptoe, especially Black American women. I can't speak for anybody else outside of who I am. We have to tiptoe, and to me, that's always been. I've always hated that, you know. And I think maybe being an athlete and having the army behind me type thing, you know, the training, made me want to fight over that, you know. I don't know why we have to always be second class citizens, but I think because now there are so many women now as photographers, there's so many Black women and white or Caucasian or just women in general doing a lot of major things now. So the tables have turned, which is beautiful. But in my case at the time, it wasn't. I was physically, verbally abused as a photographer coming up. Uh, I'm always spiritually driven as a photographer. When I pick up my camera, my spirit is already telling me, okay, go over there because when they get through talking to these people, they're gonna come here, and I'm already there. And then here come the other photographers, either elbowing me out the way, pushing me out the way, yelling at me for whatever reason. Um, and it took a toll on me for a while, but my sister said to me, God gave you a gift, sister. Don't let a man take it from you. And that's what kept me going. Even through the struggle of trying to get what the spirit was telling me to shoot. I happened to be it was 1993. I'm at the Gardens. And back then, well, Madison Square Gardens, for those who don't know, they would let you shoot in the pit, which is right up in front of the stage. And most of the time, you shoot 3 songs. I shot the 3 songs, and I came out, and my sister and I already had a business called Ready for Duty Promotions, where we designed custom items for the recording industry. Like we did the Bobby Brown water bottles, we did that SWV logo they used. Our company did that. I don't know if you saw BBD's tour jacket where they had the big boot on the front, World Tour. We did Perspective Records, MC Hammer. I mean, the list goes on. So as I'm coming out of the pit and I'm walking backstage where my sister is, I see Bobby Brown picks up the water bottle. I'm thinking, great, this is great for promotions. A couple of shots, click, click. He got clothes on, so what's the problem? All of a sudden, it's Bodyguard. I hear somebody yell, give me that fucking camera. And I'm like, is somebody talking to me? Mind you, the concert's going on. The lights are out, so I don't see anybody. The next thing I know, this 300-pound security guard comes rushing me and is trying to take my camera. And I just saw this movie, Beaches, with Bette Midler. And this kid took a photo of her and he didn't ask. And she said, let me see your camera. And he gave it to her and she took the film out. And my sister, and this is right before this happened, my sister said, what would you do? I said, I wouldn't have given her my camera. So, mind you, this guy is over me and he's saying, give me your camera. And all I could do is just bend over and protect my camera. Mind you, I'm only getting like $25 a shot from the source. So I just bought a new lens. The last thing you're going to do is break my lens or take my camera. You know what I mean? So I had to fight for myself, for my life, basically, because I couldn't believe it. You would have thought that I shot this guy or his mama or something. You know, all I did was take a picture. You know what I mean? So that really affected me really, really bad because this time someone actually put their hands on me. When I went to try to get help, maybe sue the guy or whatever, I couldn't because they thought I was trying to do it because it was Bobby Brown's security. So that meant it was under Bobby Brown's, it would have been under him. And they thought I was trying to get money because he's getting married to Whitney, which was not the case at all. But I said, okay, fine. No one wants to help me. Being an athlete, I started going to the gym. I started lifting weights. And I said, this will be the last time a mother F will push me or shove me or abuse me physically again. And I did so well in that motherfucking that weightlifting, I become a bodybuilder. I won 2 shows.
Wow.
So the next time I'm standing there, this is 95 now, I'm standing at the Vibe Magazine's 3rd anniversary party. Biggie and Lil C and Puffy on stage. and this photographer came and tried to shove me with his elbow, I stood there like a brick wall and I did not move. And all I did was feel him move. And inside, I am smiling like, yeah, mofo, yeah. So
That's
ever since then, I just learned, even as a self-taught photographer, sometimes you're gonna have to learn how to protect yourself without actually being abusive back to them. You know, if it means going to the gym and pumping some iron so you can be strong, go do that. You know, because sometimes we, as women, we're not gonna always win the fight with the man
right.
physically, but you could do it another way. You know what I mean? So that was my way. Even though I still get the same kind of attacks when I'm shooting the red carpets and stuff, it's just different now.